Do audiobooks really count as reading an actual book? I'm gonna spoil it for you right now. Yes, they do. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I collect books the way that dragons collect treasure. I always gotta have a story going. I don't care if it's a podcast, a YouTube video, or especially an audiobook. I gotta have it going on in my earbuds at every other second. I love a good audiobook. And then I built myself up to the point where I was listening at 1.6 speed. Oh yeah. If you're an audiobook person, I need you to put your speed down in the comments because I am so curious. I have heard of people who go 2 times speed. That is wild to me. I don't know how you're able to take in every single word and syllable and all those things, but let's talk about audiobooks in particular. Let's get into the best ones because this holiday season, Audible is doing a 99 cents a month for 3 months holiday promotion. So if you don't have Audible yet, it's time to get on board. This is the moment. We're gonna get into the rom-coms. Now I'm gonna go into a deep cut here, okay? Very deep cut. She is my favorite young adult author. Everything in these books is behind closed doors when it comes to romance. Oh, Saint Anything is one of my tippity-top favorite books of hers. It's about the invisible girls, the girls who have never felt seen, who finally become seen. It is so sweet. It's so good. I love Sarah Dessen. I could go into her entire backlog, but we gotta move on. Our next rom-com is going into the adult range, as in we're talking about adults who are in love, and yes, some of it is on the page. Now I would put this at a spicy level from 1 to 5 is this is a level 3. However, what I have to say about the Soulmate equation, it is so cute, it's so good, and Christina and Lauren is actually 2 best friends who write books together. One is Christina, one is Lauren. I love that personally, just the behind the story of who the authors are. I'm oh, I'm on board. Let's celebrate women awesomeness and best friends. All right, apparently I have 3 rom-coms here. I thought I only had 2, but nope, we've got 3. Emily Henry. She has really risen in the ranks of #1 bestsellers in the past few years, and Happy Place is not an exception. Now, this is a more summery book. We're going into the holiday season, but really enjoy Happy Place personally. I just really love Emily Henry. I would definitely say that her spice level is also a 2 to 3 depending on the book itself. So just tread carefully, but also enjoy. The romance itself and her books I really enjoy because it actually feels like real people falling in love and not these idealized characters that you wish existed in real life. This feels like the real people's. Let's get into a bit of a classic, at least for me personally. If you have never experienced The Book Thief, you need to dive into The Book Thief. The narrator is death itself, which is terrifying and fantastic and awesome. Part of this book is in German, there will be German words, and so they will give you a translation of those words. And then they even use a child's word, what is love to a child? Not leaving. So good. It's set in World War, which is a personal hyperfixation, very big interest of mine, and this does not disappoint. It is a very long audiobook, so if you're settling in for a giant flight, or you want something to read / listen to all week long, this is your buddy. Then She Was Gone. We're getting into the thriller, the suspense, the fantasticness that is Lisa Jewell. Now, her backlog of books is so insanely deep that you will be digging and discovering marvelous treasures for months on end. And when I tell you, it does not disappoint with this one. She's always got something underneath the belly that you are you feel it. You know something is there, but you just can't pinpoint it. And when you think you've got the secret, you have no idea what the secret is. It is so good. I will say, for me, some of her books are hit and miss. There are some that I started reading and I was way too freaked out and I had to put it down, okay? That is real. But Then She Was Gone. Also, The Invisible Girl is my second favorite of hers, and it might actually be my first favorite. It's just that I read Then She Was Gone first. Invisible Girl is so insanely good. Also, the book None of This Is True is also completely fantastic and really just every step of the way when I thought I was catching on to the story, she threw me through a loop again. It was also, I really just want to say, I feel like this is very underrated. Her endings are good. I feel like a lot of times now that authors are so pressured to like have an ending that is like controversial that it ends up not being a great ending and you leave unsatisfied. With Lisa's endings, I always feel like the bow is tied, at least in a way where I'm like, something feels complete and satisfying. Even if I don't love the turnout, at least I feel like, okay, there's no loose ends here. Good. Now we're going to go into a list of audiobooks that I have listened so many times that if it was a VHS tape, the film would be worn out. The Scorpio Races. Yeah. I have read this book so many times physically and then listened to it minimum once a year, every November 1st. First of all, the accents, okay? The accents are so good with the audiobook. But let me just read you the very first line of this book. It is the first day of November, and so today, someone will die. I have heard that line so many times that I've memorized it as if it's a Bible verse. It is not. But this book has my heart in a nostalgic way that it will never, ever let go of me. But let's talk about the books that you don't necessarily have to buy or have credits for on Audible, because that is a thing. Because on Audible, there are multiple levels of membership. So you can have like just a base membership where you can have access to free stuff that is on Audible itself without you having to do anything extra or pay more to get a credit, and a credit would get you one single book a month. Oh, also, by the way, once an Audible book is part of your library, it is yours forever, just like a physical book is. But there is a book that is narrated by Shailene Woodley, who I absolutely love, and I'm going to give you a little tidbit right here.
How many famous serial killers can you list off the top of your head? Try it. I'll wait. There's Dahmer, Bundy.
I love her like low, hoarse, like raspy voice that she has. I think she's great as a narrator, and I just really, really enjoy that. James Patterson, highly acclaimed author, and now we have Shailene Woodley just awesomely narrating a book that he wrote that you can only get on Audible. That's it. Nowhere else. They also have a whole bunch of other books that you can only get on Audible, which is really nice because, like I said, it's like they have their own originals like Netflix or Amazon Prime does for videos. Very, very nice. So everything that we discussed is going to be linked down below. I'm going to put a link for all the books that we talked about, and then I'm going to put a link if you've never even had an Audible membership before. This is a really nice gift also for someone that you know that really enjoys books or is trying to get into books but is having trouble. This is a really good, like, easy, simple way for them to go from listening to podcasts to listening to an audiobook and feeling like they're giving themselves something. We could talk about self-help books or nonfiction. It's just not my thing, okay? I think I've read maybe 5 nonfiction books in my entire life, and all of those have been through Audible. I'm not even kidding. Wild by Cheryl Strayed is actually the first nonfiction book I read that was not related to anything like faith or anything like that. Really enjoyed that one as well. Let me know which one of these is your favorite or you think you might be checking out. And again, if you listen to a speed on Audible or any kind of audio type, I want to know what it is. Do you also watch YouTubes at a different speed? I found out you can do that. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flip.